All right, guys, welcome back to the Wolf Supplements podcast. Today we have got an absolute banger for you in Callum Simpson, boxer and all-round fucking legend. Comes in the shop, met him, I want to say like a year and a half ago.
About that, yeah. Probably, Probably might be a bit longer, actually, yeah.
When we came into Dickie's gym.
Yeah.
Callum came straight over, greeted us all, said, all right, what you doing? Got speaking, and then obviously started coming in the shop. And at the same time, you're absolutely smashing it on the boxing stage. But I kind of want to use this podcast to give the boxing fans, give everyone who watches the Wolf Supplement videos a bit of an insight into you as a person.
Yeah.
Where did you come from?
I think when we first met as well, I think that was just before I'd signed with Boxer, actually.
Yeah.
Before I signed with Sky. And but in fact, I just won my first championship fight, my area title. I think you mentioned that your father-in-law, your girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
That awesome. Yeah. You were supposed to come to my fight, but you didn't come last week. You were supposed to come, but it bought it last minute.
I were away in Milan, and I could have gone. I think it was like 2 days before or something, and obviously I didn't want to go and get absolutely levered and then feel shit in Milan. And then when I saw Callum at the gym, I was like, fuck, why didn't I go?
Right. Someone asked him, "Oh, do you want to watch Callum Simpson?" He'd be like, "Who's that Callum Simpson?" No, he isn't. Waste my time.
But to be fair, we're raving about you, Tom. And obviously since then, I've went to the Boris fight.
Yeah.
We didn't go to the last fight. We went to one in between that.
Yeah, I think you've been to both at Manchester, haven't you?
Both at Manchester, yeah.
Yeah.
Both times you were just unreal. Boxed the Reds in. It's normal. But yeah, like going back to you as a kid, like school. How did you get into boxing? Were you always into boxing, or did it just?
Yeah, so I used to play football. I always been into sports, but I used to play football when I used to play for Dudworth Miners Welfare, a team in Barnsley. Nice. When I was about I think I was like 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
And then my dad became like the football manager, and because I was his son, he could pick on me more. He can't be shouting at all the kids, so I used to get like all the brute abuse off him. And, like, if the team were playing well, they'd have a go at me. So come to a point where I was just like, I wasn't enjoying it. I was just like, I quit.
How old were you then when you were playing football?
About 8, so like 6, 7, 8, yeah.
And
then anyway, so I just had a big, went to, like Butlins. We just have them like football tournaments at Butlins. We had one of them there, and all the team were waiting to kick off. And I was on a climbing frame. I used to love like climbing trees and stuff, and like playing with sticks and building dens and that. And my dad come looking for me, and I was just in a climbing frame messing about, and everyone literally on the pitch waiting to kick off.
Right, yeah.
Had a go at me, and then I just quit that day.
Did you play the game or?
No, I was stood on sideline, and all parents. I was just stood on sideline like a stroppy little kid.
Yeah.
And all parents were coming up to me like, "Come on, Callum, we need you. You're one of his best players." And I was thinking, "No, I'm not. I'm not even good."
Were you always as tall as you are now, or were you smaller as a kid? Did you grow later?
Smaller as a kid, but I used to.
It's a Matt comment.
I think, I was taller than average, I reckon. Yeah,
right.
Taller than average,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I.
What are you now? Are you like 6'3"?
6'3", yeah, 6'3". Depends what shoes I'm wearing. If these are about 6'3", and I've got my Air Force on, knock it up to 6'4".
Still do
They're the ones you wear when you go out.
That's it, yeah, exactly.
So what was school like for you growing up?
All right. And enjoyed school. Had a good set of mates. So whenever one of them like bad kids, like misbehaved kids, I were always just like a bit of both. Like I enjoy getting on my weight, but I also with cool kids and that. I just that's it exactly. But I weren't never like a bad kid, but I enjoy school, to be fair. Well, to an extent.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, yeah. So back to I was started boxing anyway. So I stopped playing football, and then my dad used to box when he was like 19, 20, when he was younger. I think before he had my brother, and I asked him, like, we used to ask him, "Oh, can I start a boxing gym?" And he took me to his old gym, where Bolton upon Doon, I think it was. And I was there for a year, and then I went to Barnsley Star, and I was there for about 12 years, and then I've been at Dickie's for like 5 years now. Yeah.
What made you join Dickie's? Because obviously it's not anywhere near Barno, is it?
No, it's not close, is it? We came over when I was amateur. I used to fight with someone. I used to train with someone called Jack Churchill, and we came over to Morley to spar.
Yeah.
And so he sparred another lad. He sparred some kid. I sparred someone else. And one of the trainers there, we did a bit of pad work with him.
Yeah.
We kind of liked how we trained. So the Jack started coming over here to Morley.
Right.
And then I started coming over. As well and joined him. And then that trainer moved over to Dickie's full time. So then I just started coming. I used to like casually lift with him.
Yeah.
Over to Dickie's and stuff. Nice. Or he used to drive, and I used to drive. like take it back and forth, and then so I think that was about 6 years ago. About that.
At that point, did you realise that you wanted to be a boxer?
I think it was when I thought, the first time I thought, you know what, I could actually do this, is like I could go pro, probably when I was about 15.
Right.
About 15, 16, yeah.
What was that, like 10 years ago?
Yeah, probably just over 10 years, but I'm 27 now, so just over 10 years ago, yeah. But so I used to spar, like, it used to always been like okay, but I've never been like, in an amateur, I was never like amazing, like, this kid, but I think I had like 53 fights. I think I still lost like 15 of them, maybe even more, to be fair. But yeah, so about 15, I used to go and spar like pros and stuff, and I used to spar these pros who were like Commonwealth champions, British champions, and I used to think like, and I used to, I'm actually alright at this, you know, like if I'm this age and I'm sparring, doing this to these guys, then like, wait till I'm older. So I always thought, you know, I could do it as a career when I'm older. But when I was at school, when I was like in year 10, 11, I used to want to be a catering army or a PT in Air Force.
Did you?
Really? Yeah. I used to love cooking. Like,
mate, that's so weird, because I had the same thing. I wanted to open up restaurants.
Really? Yeah.
Honestly, be a chef.
I did business at GCSE, and one of my business plan was one with a restaurant. Another one was like a burger van, and I had to like go on Google and get all the like ingredients and stuff for price.
Mate, I would literally say I just wanted to have restaurants, and then I think something clicked that it wasn't as easy as just opening a restaurant and being a chef, and I was like, yeah, fuck that. It sounds too hard.
Yeah, it's good to have the idea of it.
Whereas a supplement company, that's really easy to do, isn't it?
It's a bit easier, to be fair.
Less cooking involved. But yes, I want to be a caterer, or then I've changed mine to be a PT. Because obviously I love training. I thought, why not? And then me and my dad went to Air Force like careers office in Leeds, and I went there, and this guy just grilled me. This guy, I went there for went to go and meet. I don't know what he's obviously we're in the Air Force already.
Yeah.
And I was asking him questions. I was like, I just want to know if it's for me. He's like, well, do you think it's for you? And I was like, I just want to know if you think I'd be good at it. Yeah, well, do you think you'd be good at it? And I was just like, everything I asked him was asking me back, and I was like, and then we just proper made me question myself, and he was just asking me like loads of questions, and just like, just proper grilling me like. Yeah, and I just...
Did that put you off it then?
Yeah, maybe I'd come out of there and we're just like, I'm not ready for this yet.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah, cause we're only like 17 as well at the time. I just left school, I was like 17. And I think you have to be 17 or 18 to join as a PT, and obviously it's one of like the harder things to do, because you've got to obviously instruct a lot of other young lads who are trying to, and women as well, that are trying to join the Air Force. Yeah. So yeah, looking back now, it's definitely, even at the time I thought, it's not for me. That like, even just getting a grilling off him, and like, do you know how serious he is and stuff, and that, I just thought, it's not for me.
Yeah, have a bit of time.
Yeah, when I was at school, I was left school, did a sport and exercise science at level 3 at college, and then I had a part-time job at Scott's Menswear in Meadowhall.
All right. Yeah.
So yeah, and obviously as well as obviously boxing as well at the same time, and just worked in retail for past 10 years. I left last November.
Fucking hell,
really? That's recent.
Well, so not November, sorry.
November prior.
November, a year before November.
I was going to say.
It's still pretty recent, but
quite, so it's just like what, a year and 3 months or something? So about a year and 2 months.
Yeah.
In fact, I was still working when I first met you, actually. I was still working full time.
Were you working at JD?
No, I was store manager at Tasuti at Leeds White Rose, yeah. We're there for a couple of years.
Right.
So I had to train for like my championship fight, like 10-rounder. And like as well as working like full time as well, 5 days a week, including weekends.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if for that fight or the fight before, I'd gone to the weigh-in, like weighed in, obviously rehydrating and stuff. I had to go straight back to work after.
Did you?
Yeah, I had to go back to, and then I'd have sometimes I'd have a fight on a Saturday night, and then I was back in work on Sunday.
Just battered and bruised.
Yeah. Well, not bad and bruised. Like,
Nah.
after the first round knockout, no.
True.
I remember I boxed on Josh Warrington's show in Leeds Arena.
Yeah.
And then like, on the Monday after, I was back at work at Leeds White Rose. And some guys were like coming like, you were not fighting at Leeds Arena like two days ago, a week. And I'm like, yeah, mate. Went, what are you doing working? I was like, mate, I ain't got no money. I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I need to work.
What do you get paid for them sorts of fights?
My first 10 fights, some fights I got nothing at all.
Yeah.
Probably about 4 fights I didn't get paid at all. Because it goes on a ticket deal.
Right.
And you've got to, so basically how it works is, say if I sell like tickets are £40 each, sell 100 tickets, that's $4,000.
Yeah.
Your opponent costs like $1.50 or $2,000. Then you split 50-50 with the promoter, and then you've got to pay your manager and trainer. then you're left with not much at all.
Yeah.
But like, but that's if you sell them 150 tickets. Some people like the amount they sell. Like sometimes I'd sell tickets where I just cover my opponent, and especially after my first 3 fights.
So you have to pay a couple of grand for your opponent.
Yeah, like, I think after my first one after lockdown, I fought someone called Pucci. He's a well-known journeyman, and he's not been stopped. He weren't stopped in like 6 years. And the person before him to stop him, the first before me to stop him was like a former IBO world champion. So like, he's had loads of loads of losses, but he's one of them that just gets through the rounds. He's proper tough. And I stopped him in 3rd round. And we're like, shit, no one does that to Pucci. And then after that, the price went up for opponent, so we had to pay him like 4 grand, 3 grand, 5 grand just to get just they don't want to fight you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because the journeyman, that some of them they'll fight like once every week for like 4 weeks, and they'll get a nice little £1.5, 2 grand. But if they were to fight me and they get stopped, you get a 28-day ban. So I've got to pay them the money to kind of cover it if I stop them.
Risk,
that's it. That's it. So we struggled for opponents like for ages.
No one wants to fight you.
But yeah, so for like the first 10 fights. Like probably about 4 fights, and didn't get paid nothing. Probably lost money after paying, because like my fight kits cost like about between £500 and £1,000 for a fight kit. And you got your boots to buy and stuff. Yeah. And then some of them I got paid like a couple of grand, others were a couple of hundred. And,
I suppose it's like that in any sport, innit? If you when you're getting into it, or
definitely. Like it's like I had 53 amateur fights for nothing, like for free, and it's just like, and because I was working full time, I wasn't worried about making money from boxing. It was the case of doing it because I knew how good I was, and it's like investing in myself kind of thing. So and it's like because I was working full time as well, I didn't have to worry about making money from boxing or trying to get money from sponsors, because I was secure in that sense. And like so, because I knew what I could achieve, it was just the case like investing in myself and keep on working.
Did you always know in your head that you could do it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. For years, just being very, very patient. People like, oh, you're not frustrated where you see, like I said, mentioned to you, aspiring all these guys who are like fringe world level, the European champions, British Commonwealth champions, and I'm like, giving them a bit of a pasting. Yeah. And they're like, it's not frustrating. Like, you're doing that to them, and you're not even getting paid for this next fight. And I was like, not really, because I know what's going to come. I know what's going to come, and we're well on its way there now as well.
Does it frustrate you to this day though when you're getting fights and you know that ideally you want to be fighting, say, ex-opponent, but you have to fight this guy to get to
it's all the journey. Part of the journey. Yeah, honestly, man, that's what I try and do. That's what I think is important for me, is to enjoy it all now, because I'm 27 now. I might break my arm next week and I'm never able to box again. Yeah, and then I need to look back and think, I never enjoyed that. I never took time to sit back and think, you know what, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, you can get caught
anything, especially in boxing. Like say, I always tell like some of my friends who've like got their own businesses and stuff. It's like they're secure. They can keep doing their job till they're 70 or till they retire. Whereas I might have, ideally, I'd like to think I've got another 10 years at this. So I live the life. I'm not out partying every weekend and stuff. I'm healthy, but I could have a couple of years left, few years, or mid 30s, and then that's it. Then I'm done. Then I can't do anything from boxing anymore. So I've got to be like smart with it, and I've got to commit myself properly to it.
Live in the moment and enjoy it instead of always thinking about it.
That's it, exactly. The last thing I want to do is look back at 35, 36 and just think, oh, that's gone too quick. Or
I've wished that away.
Yeah, I never got to.
Such a healthy attitude though, that you've got, I think.
Yeah, I think it's important. Yeah, definitely important. Yeah, because everyone's like, oh, can't wait for this, but you can't wait for this, and it's like, but I know that I'm going to become British champion this year and Commonwealth champion this year, early summer ideally. Yeah. But I know it's happening, so I'm not. It's like, for me, it's a foregone conclusion. Like it's already happened. It's just a case of keep on working hard and enjoying what I'm doing now until it happens. Yeah, literally, that's it.
That's mad.
Obviously, you mentioned, how old's your brother?
He's 15 months older than me. He's 28.
What were it like growing up with your brother?
It was horrible.
Oh, really?
Horrible, mate. Horrible. I had if you've seen me on Sky on the weekend, and I had some denim. They're almost like flares, Diamante flares.
Yeah.
And I got some stick on Twitter for that. And I had this I
thought it looked fresh, man.
Yeah, I thought that as well. I had like a college baseball kind of jacket on, and I got a ring. Someone said,
really?
Put now. They were like, why does Callum Simpson look like he's dressed for a 1989 school disco? Hashtag Team Wolf. But me, I love Twitter. It's Twitter savage, but I love that. And it's like, you know, all like loads of like random people. I don't even know who they are. Like, random people tweeting about me jeans or like a parachute or whatever. Or like Callum don't deserve to fight for a British title just because of the jeans he's wearing.
Oh, do you relish that?
Yeah. Oh, man, I think it's
It's a
funny.
mark of success, though, isn't it? I think.
It's not even that. I just think it's probably funny, and it's like, all lads in group chat will be laughing about it and stuff. but like, if Mrs. said to me like, do you not get to you? Like, how did it not annoy? Like, I'd be fuming at that. I'd be tweeting them all back. I'd be tweeting them all. I said honestly, like, growing up with an older brother is one thing, but I had an older sister as well.
Oh, did you?
So
right.
my sister's 4 years older than me. My brother's about just under 2 years older than me.
Right.
So he were an absolute twat. It was the biggest wind up ever.
Right.
And my sister also, they used to like gang up on me and stuff. So yeah, I used to get some right stick from them too. So yeah, I've gone through not like anything bad, but just a standard like wind up brother and sister. You know, I'm not the youngest anymore, but back then I was obviously the youngest for quite a few years. So yeah, I've took a lot of stick.
Were you competitive with each other then? Or would you not say so?
I wouldn't say so. No. He was always really good at football. Like boxing was my thing. Football was his. Like he got scouted for like Sheffield United, Barnsley. I don't know if he did anything at Leeds, but yeah, he was always good until he was about 15. Then he preferred to go out drinking and stuff. And didn't really commit himself.
It just went that way.
Yeah. But he actually come to a boxing gym a couple of times with me. When I was there for like a couple of weeks, and he started, and the boxing coach then actually said to my dad like, Callum's shit, but Bradley will be, if he carries on, he'll be Bradley's be way better than Callum.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And now, like 17 years on, he's modelling now, so he's doing all right for himself, to be fair. But yes, obviously, back then the trainer were like, yeah, Callum, I won't waste your time with Callum.
Really?
Bradley's the one that's...
I bet that's spurred you on a bit.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that until a few years ago. My dad told me. Bradley's the one that you should be putting like to be training.
Put your time and effort
But
into.
first time we sparred, I got battered him anyway. He went corner like that. He went corner like that. Yeah, so but he reckons he's too pretty to box, so yeah, we weren't bothered about getting punched in the face.
Yeah, to be fair, I saw him in stands at one of the fights, and I was like, "Oh, Callum's over there," and my mate Sully were like, "That's not Callum." I was like, "Nah, he's over there." It's like, what would he be doing in stands an hour before his fight?
I think it were that man when I fought at Manchester Arena.
Yeah,
he were out. I think he went to a bar to go and get some drinks. So we were there. I don't know, with like 2 pints of cider in his hand or something.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be on at 7:10, and this were like 5 to 7. So we were there with 2 pints of cider in his hand, and someone had come up to him and like, "Oh, Callum Simpson, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture?" And he's there like, "He's on in 10 minutes. Do you really think I'm really thinking with 2 pints in my hand?" And he's like, "You absolute idiots." And they were just like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm his brother." That's
what my mate said to me. He's like, as if he's gonna be up in stand at this time.
Like, happens all the time, mate. Or like he'll be out in town and stuff, and he once sent me I'm on his phone, and I was looking through his photos, and there were a picture of him stood like that with my old school teacher.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, "Why is this a picture on your phone?" He went, "Oh yeah, I was in town last weekend," and he were talking to me for about half an hour, and then he were like, "Anyway, Callum, when's your next fight?" And he were like, but he fully thought it'd be brother with me, and he asked for a photo, and I said, "Why are you telling me you weren't me?" And he went, "So I've been talking to him for half an hour," so he asked for a photo, and I was like, it went like that, so he had a picture with
like
with the old teacher.
Nice.
It happens all the time, like he gets mistaken for me all the time.
At least you've got a doppelganger if you ever need to go in for an interview or something.
He likes to go out and have a little drink, so I always said to him, I said, "Brad, whenever you go out, especially in Barnsley, be on your best behaviour, because people are going to think on Twitter, oh, I've just seen Callum Simpson in town doing this, doing that." Yeah, so I've told him he needs to be on his best behaviour from now on, in case anyone thinks it's me.
So going back to boxing, lad, who's the next fight, or can you not say?
Yeah, I can say, but I don't actually know who yet. I don't know who. I know that they're trying to get, it's fair, it should be, I was told it would get announced today. The show will get announced today, but I think it'll be this week. But I'll be fighting, like I say, I'll be fighting early March.
Right.
Early March, so about 6 weeks' time, 7 weeks' time. They're fighting early March. They're trying to get a top, I believe he's ranked in the top 10 in UK, former English champion. That's what we're trying to get. Whether he takes it or not, I'm not sure. We'll see. But if not, it'll be a good opponent, ready to step up and ready to fight Zach Chelly after.
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm mandatory for the British and Commonwealth championship titles, but obviously he's just fought last weekend. He said he's going on holiday, having a little rest.
Right.
So he's not going to be ready for maybe summertime, early summer. And obviously I don't want to be waiting around for another 3 months, 4 months
no.
without a fight. So I'm going to be getting out early March, defending my WBA title, and then...
Is it mandatory that Zach fights you?
Yeah, he's got to fight me, He fought Jack Cullen at the weekend, that was a voluntary defence for Jack, so it was a voluntary, and no matter based on the fact that whoever won must fight me after, must defend it against me. So I was there. I was sat ringside for that fight. I was just there. To be honest, I was watching that fight, just smiling, thinking like, whichever one of these two win, they're getting it. Like,
really, yeah.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Like, because we were on about this just before we started recording, weren't we? Like, because I watched Tom made me do my own work before we podcast. Make sure you revise. But I watched that fight on.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, on YouTube, and like I'm not a boxing like person at all. Like I like it, but I don't follow it or anything.
Yeah.
And I think the problem was I'd watched like your fights before, the ones on YouTube. I'd gone through and like watched them, and then I saw an interview with where you were like, did you call out Jack? No, I don't think you called him out, but you said like you should be fighting Jack Cullen next or something like that on one of those things. So I thought, I'll have a look at Jack Cullen then. So I typed him in and then saw this Jack Cullen versus Zach Shelley. So I thought I'll watch that. I really thought it was boring.
Yeah,
I know that sounds really harsh, but after watching yours, and then watching that, I was like, this isn't even the same. Yeah,
to be honest, for like the British title's like a massive achievement. Like it's like obviously the title goes like area English, then it's British. So it's probably, some people see the British bigger than like Commonwealth title as well. It's a very prestigious title to have. So for a British title fight, it wasn't a great fight, to be honest. And I was sat ringside, like they're both very hesitant, like waiting to throw shots. And I was shouting. I shouted ringside. I was like, "Come on, lads! Like do something." I was shouting, like waiting for him to do something. But they're both very hesitant. But to be honest, I think Jack Cullen, I think he just underperformed. And he should have beat Chelly, but he just underperformed massively. And Chelly just does what he always does. That like I said, I weren't impressed at all.
I messaged you like last night or something, just basically because I just said like whichever one you fight, you'll just smash him. Like, cause I don't know. I'm not just saying this because you're here and I'm scared of you. There is a little bit of that. No, but when I watched your fights before, there were a few things that I kind of noticed. I don't know if like whether you agree or disagree. We'll see what you think.
Go on.
Normally, people in this kind of weight category I've found are either one of two builds. They're either a little bit shorter and quite stocky,
right? Yeah,
and like built, or they're a bit tall and wiry,
right? Okay, yeah.
And you're like a hybrid of both of those things because you're tall. What's your reach, by the way?
I don't know. I'm not at it measured.
One end of ring to the other.
I'm not. It's quite.
But
long.
Also, you've got the muscle with it as well. So we're a bit kind of. I was like, I'm just fighting the wrong way.
Yeah. Everyone says that whenever I turn up to spar people, they say like big for the weight. So it's like,
yeah.
I don't know if it's my body type. I'll make the weight. But to be, I've got proper skinny legs as well. That's probably one thing. But yeah, everyone says that I'm very big for the weight. So like, so normally people they're quite short and they're a bit stocky, or they're taller but very, very slim. Like Cullen, for example, is tall, but he's like the same height as me, but
he's really
looks
thin,
slimmer.
Yeah.
And obviously Chelly's like a lot shorter than me, but he don't look much musclier than me. Yeah, so it's weird. Yeah, but I'm just big for the weight, to be honest, mate. Like I spar most of my sparring now is with like light heavies as well. So I could do like, I think my first like 8 fights were at light heavy, and then obviously but championship weight, you know, you get the day before weighing, so you get a bit more weight off, and then so I weigh in at 12 stone and make the weight very easy. Yeah,
but just the difference in how it looked was mad. The other thing I noticed as well is like, I'm probably just telling you stuff that you already know anyway, but like, is more, you just don't stop.
Yeah.
From the get-go, I wouldn't want to be like, you reminded me a little bit of like, I'm in sort of MMA terms, not from a striking point of view, but Khabib. Whenever he fought, he'd just it would just move towards, it'd just maul, and he would just for the entire thing, and the unlimited gas tank. And it was just like that, you know, you get in like the 9th round, 10th round, it's just the same thing. It's like ding, go, and you just don't stop. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's why I try and, that's my style. Well, my preferred style is aggressive, throw a lot of shots. I love that.
Crazy volume.
Yeah, I try to put my shots together very, very well, but the past couple of years we've tried to, because I know I can do that. I can do that. That's to be my style since I'm amateur, but I've been trying to become more of a complete boxer. So being able to do, because I know I can go forward, I know I can fight on the inside. Even the shorter people, I'm better. Normally it's the shorter guys better on the inside, but I'm better than the shorter people anyway. So the past few years, especially like my trainer Mark, with you met at Dickie's gym, been trying to work on being a complete boxer. So trying to box on the back. My fight with a Mexican in York Hall, literally that fight was a case of being able to show my coach and my manager that I can box on the back foot. So all the time I was on the back foot, trying to keep my distance. Obviously, it worked to be on the inside. And if I were on the back foot and I dropped him as well, I were on the ropes and I dropped him out left up.
Yeah.
But yeah, trying to every style there is, just trying to be able to do everything instead of just like a one-trick pony, like just go forward. But I know I can do that. So that'll work with most people, to be fair. When you get to like boxing, it's about levels. When you step up in levels, you're not going to be able to just stick it on them all. Because then you're going to come against good boxers. So you need to be able to do it all. Yeah.
It's when the fight IQ starts to come.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. And then it's more of a chess match. But like I said, I think with Chelly, and I think he was trained by his dad before. Well, he was trained by his dad, and he was like never been a technical boxer. You know, he's got some good physical attributes. Like, you know, seems like strong, very fit, decent bit of power, and you know, very like game as well. But anyway, so he's got a new trainer now, and they've all been saying, "Oh yeah, he can box so much better. He's come on loads. He can do this. He can do that." And he did the exact same thing as he's always done. Like he's so like. It was the exact same patterns, the exact same movements, the same rhythm, timing as every single one of his fights he's had so far. And it's one of them guys that you can just see they're not going to change no matter who. Like to be a good boxer, any athlete, any discipline you do, you've got to be coachable. You've got to be able to know that you're not perfect, and you got to be coachable. And I feel like he's not, because for that reason, he's not going to learn. He's not going to change, and he's going to get his. But wait when I fight him, yeah. But yes, like I said, obviously, watching that, I was just grinning ringside, thinking,
I bet
whichever one I fight, these two are getting it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Have you must have seen, like, obviously you've been to see live and stuff. But what's your thoughts?
You've seen it live in the flesh. Is that opponent's blood flying on him and sweat and everything flying on him?
Nah, you do put it on him. Put it on him. Hey, with Boris, you just kept putting it on him, didn't you?
Yeah. With that fight, I rushed it a bit too much, that fight, because he's never been stopped before.
You could tell, he had the chin.
And I wanted to stop him. Like every fight I go into, like everyone says, "Oh, if you look for the knockout, it's not going to come." But for me, I've got to have the intent to want to knock someone out for it to come. It's not a case because like with the Macias fight, the intention were never there to try and knock him out. It was just a case of box move. Yeah. And looking back now, like, I could have stopped him if I tried. I could have stopped him, but
there were points in that where you'd probably had him wobbled a little bit. And you could have carried on.
Even when I dropped him and I kind of got up and I was like, I didn't even try and finish him off or anything. I just built. But then obviously spoke to my coach, and it's like, so because we're working on certain things for that fight, I want to just prove to my coach and that my team, because we know we're stepping up, I need to prove to them that I can do certain things in the ring and follow a game plan and follow what I'm being told to kind of do. So I just kind of stuck to that and not tried to finish him. So
you showed your class and you got a good. 10 full
10 rounds,
and full 10 rounds.
I think I won every single round against him as well.
Yeah,
I won every single round. Yeah, and he's like, the last kid he fought was he's ranked like third in the world.
Yeah, he wasn't no bum, were he?
No, mate, no. I think we were supposed to be fighting the week after. Right. The week after that, but obviously they cancelled the fight and fought me instead because my opponent pulled out the week before. Yeah. So we were fit and we were ready. And I believe that was his last fight as well. That was going to be his last fight, a retirement fight. And we were just waiting to come out and do my ring walk. And I seen him walk down with his like 3 kids, his wife, his 2 brothers. And I was like, this guy's not coming to lay down. Like no one brings the kids ringside to fight. No. He's not planning on getting knocked out tonight. So I thought, he's gonna bring it in, and it did. It were a good fight. A good learning fight.
It was class seeing you at end as well. Like obviously hugging and. Showed some class with him, and he seemed to reciprocate.
No, we're good. One of my mates, Jimmy, was my trainer as well. But one of my cornermen, he reckons he speaks Spanish, and he was trying to massive. We got to see doctor after, and he was late getting his stitches. And I was saying to Jimmy, tell him that we're a good fighter. He's tough. Or tell his kids that the dad's tough. He's a good boxer. And he was like,
see, that's class.
He was trying to translate. I was like, Jimmy, can you speak Spanish or not? Like, what are you doing? And he was proper struggling. I was just like, this guy can't even speak Spanish. And then the Macias was saying stuff to me, and she was trying to translate it to me. I was like, that's not what he just said. Because he was like doing a different body language. He was like, you could tell by the body language what they're saying is most of the time. And he was just like, Jimmy, he didn't say that. He's making it up.
What's that app that you can get on phone?
Like Duolingo or
it's
something.
It's definitely just done a few on there, isn't it?
on fight morning. Let me just jump on that for half an hour.
I've got a mate who's obsessed with that Duolingo. He thinks he can speak Spanish. He'll say a phrase to someone, say if you're in Spain, and then they'll reply to it, and
that's it. That's
sorry, I'm English.
There's another one in this like Lingo Deer or something that's supposed to be my wife started learning Korean. So
Korean?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Oh, mate, it's a very unhealthy obsession with BTS. Don't
really?
go down that hole, yeah. But yeah, but anyway, she started, like, I think she was wanting something else to do, but she started learning Korean.
Yeah.
And, like, she, obviously, they've got different scripts, haven't they? It's like, it's like Hangul, I think, is how you say Korean in Korea.
Right, yeah.
But they use, like, obviously I don't even know what you would call it, like little pictures, I guess, from an ignorant Westerner. But that that's kind of what they do. So
they use pictures to write the language.
No, you've seen
use the patterns
like Eastern writing.
Oh, the patterns.
Yeah.
So
like symbols.
So obviously she's learning that and speaking and whatever, but she's like learning words, and it's like slowly but surely the phrases are coming together.
That's
and stuff like that, and it's crazy in such a short period of time. But yeah, so get your mate on Lingo Deer instead of Duolingo.
Yeah, I think some people can pick it up quite quick. Like I did Spanish in school. I used to enjoy it. Like I think I got an A in my speaking, but then in my listening and writing, I got like D's or probably worse than that. Like I couldn't understand it, and I couldn't like write either. I could read it all right, and then at my speaking exam, literally, I just memorized this like speaking thing for weeks and weeks, and just kind of even that I knew what it meant. It was more just a case of remembering the words. Literally just doing that. But I think we should not have wanted to choose a language that she's going to use more often. Like I'm sure it's rare she's going to use Korean.
I thought that, but I think ultimately she probably wants to go and like, I don't know. I think it more just like she said she wanted to kind of understand what they were singing in the songs.
All right, yeah, fair enough.
And then apparently K-dramas are like really good.
Okay, right, yeah.
And we're both into the scary films and a lot of Korean. So
you'll have subtitles and she'll be able to understand it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, to be fair, if she gets good at it, give it a year or something, she can teach me. Then I've got my own little teacher.
Well, yeah, that's it.
But yeah, going back to like the fighting thing, when you're fighting, what goes through your head? Like, what do you have any particular thoughts like that you can remember?
When I'm fighting, so not normally just what we've worked on in training, just kind of.
So you're thinking through like what you've been practicing.
Yeah. So when we've got the privilege of having a bit of time before the fight, like whether it's sometimes I've had an opponent being chose me like the day before the weigh-in and stuff. Sometimes I've had like a week notice or a few weeks notice. But like sometimes when we got a few weeks notice, my trainer will watch a few of the opponent's fights. Yeah. He'll kind of, and again, like I said about Chile, you can recognize patterns that they do a lot. Like some they'll jab their head off the line in a certain way, or they'll react to certain shots a certain way, or they'll throw certain shots, and the body position is the same all the time.
Yeah.
So when they're in certain positions, we can kind of exploit that and like counter with certain shots or lead with certain shots and try and time certain shots as well. And just like it's like tactics and stuff. And like I said, when you're stepping up in levels, that's going to become like a bigger thing. So I'm normally in the fight. I'm thinking like, right, I need to do this. I need to that. When he does that, or what's he doing? How can I react to that? And sometimes it's like if I get caught with that. When I fought Macias again in your call, at the first start of the round, he caught me a left hook straight away. But we knew we were going to do that left hook. Like we literally watched it,
revised it.
We literally watched it and like keep that right hand tight. And he caught me a left hook straight away, and I thought, shit, that would have looked very good on camera. That would have looked. I seen the camera there. I'm like peripheral vision there on the corner. I seen the camera there, and I seen him catch his big left hook. I thought, yeah, that's gonna look good on camera. That. And I just thought, come on, don't get caught.
Did that actually go through your head as well whilst you're fighting?
That's exactly what I thought. Yeah, I was like, yeah, that would have looked good. The shot. It's like the shots. Like
in that though.
Yeah,
it's just like it's just. To be fair, I don't really think about the cameras too much, but it's one of them where I'm very aware of like how a shot looks.
Yeah,
and that it'd look like it would hurt, even though it was a good shot. I can imagine. I know that it's like the judge. They'd be like, "Oh, but that hurt him." It's like I know with Boris in the 9th round, he caught me a big right hand.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, "Oh, I got to call like, oh, did you get rocked? Then did it hurt you?" I was like, "No, why? It was just a bit of a good right hand." But when he caught me with it again, I thought that were fucking good. That were a good right hand. That were a good backhand. But then on the commentators, they were like, "Oh, he got rocked, then he got rocked." But then after I watched it back, I weren't rocked. And then even the podcast when I said in the Sky Studio, they were like, "Yeah, Boris hit you in the 9th." And I went, "No," he went, "Oh, he did." I was like, "He didn't." Like,
you'd know
if he did, like, you can see straight away, like, as I'm stepping, obviously it was good, it was a beautiful right hand. Like, I step back and I go down, and I hold him, but I'm trying to throw shots, like I'm trying to go, like you're seeing, but we're on him all the time.
Yeah,
I went straight back to that straight away. But yeah, you kind of. What else do I think? Yeah, just sometimes when the referees as well. Sometimes if the opponent's holding, it's like, come on, ref, like what? Like sometimes you'll talk to the ref, or Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, I think that's all. I don't
just get kind of adrenaline's probably pumping in it. And
to be honest, I don't really get adrenaline when I'm fighting. I try and keep relaxed. I feel like when you get adrenaline, that's when you can get like. I think adrenaline's more like nerves. I think you can get nervous and it can drain. You can get like you can lose a lot of energy from like nervous energy.
It's adrenal fatigue.
Yeah, but that's it. And it'll drain you. So I think for me, like, when I spar, when I train, I don't get adrenaline. I don't get like some people like before a boxing match, they want to get pumped up. They want to get put like psych themselves. So whereas me, it's just like I put in like 50 Cent music on, you know, a little
as
bit
calm
like
as can be.
Yeah, just nice and chilled, and it's just like nice and relaxed and like chatting to people, laughing and joking. My manager sometimes is like, "Come on, Callum, like head in the game." I'm like, Kevin, I'm like Kevin, like relax, I'm like chill. I'm all like I'm good. I know what I'm doing. When I get in the ring, don't worry, I'm focused. Like I'm very focused. Don't worry. But I'll be chatting to people, like chatting to some of like the boxing board officials, or if there's other people that are boxing in the room, I'll be chatting to them like, oh, what you have for dinner, or what you having for dinner tomorrow. And I warm up pads a little bit, and like even on the pads, like, I'll do like some boxers I want like a full like hour warm up. They'll like skip through it, just get a massive sweat on. They'll do like press ups and like little circuit, like get probably red hot, warmed up and all sweaty. And I just do a little tap on pads, a little bit of shadow boxing, and that's it. I'm good to go. I'm all good. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, you mentioned that you get told about a fight quite last minute, or at least an opponent. Obviously, you've got Zach Chelly in mind. Yeah. You've got a fight in between that. Mm-hmm. Are you preparing now for Zach Chelly's style, or are you going to kind of...
No, we're not praying for Zach now.
No.
With Zach, like, I could fight Zach this week and I'll beat him.
Yeah.
We don't even have to beat him as long as I turn up and do... No, I'm not saying all I've got to do is turn up at ring and I'm going to win. Obviously, it's going to be a tough fight. I've got to work hard. I've got to work hard in the fight. But based on my skill set now, my ability now, I could... And I know what he does anyway. I could beat him tomorrow.
You'd feel confident going in with him.
Very confident. However, when we've got like an 8-week camp or a 10-week camp for him, we'll study him a lot more. We'll practice we'll do like tech sparring with other sparring partners to kind of replicate what he does.
What he's kind of
doing, and like kind of get the time in there. So when he does it in the ring, I've done this already. It's not It's not the first thing. And then what I'll do is like we'll do like drills. We'll watch it on video first. My trainer will like break it down. He's got like a video app where he slows it down. He points arrows and words and stuff to it, and then he has that.
It's like footballers get that.
Yeah, literally the same thing. Yeah, but it'll take him like a week to do one little clip. I'm like, Mark, just watch it with me and just talk me through it. So yeah, so basically he'll do that. He'll say, for example, that Boris Crichton that I fought, he used to put his weight on his front foot a lot.
Yeah.
So the plan was to kind of, when he went on his front foot, try and time with a backhand or pin him and throw a backhand.
Right.
And then before he threw the big lead right hand, he used to do like a certain rock like back and forth.
Yeah.
So whenever
like
it's like a tell. Yeah, just like whenever he did that, because like I said, people like. We've all got his own patterns and like timing and rhythm and stuff. So we're trying to like just pick up on their time and what they're doing. So when he does, so like I know the shot he's going to throw before he does it, or if he takes like 2 steps to the right, he's going to throw a backhand. It's weird, yeah. So anyway, so when you've got that time to like when you've got an opponent, you've got that time to look at their patterns and look at their rhythm and the timing. And like I said with Boris, that's what he did. So we did that with Boris. And then we'll do like drills just with my coach. We'll look at it, do it in the ring, like shadow boxing. And then we'll get like a sparring partner, just do a little bit of tech work. Like, oh yeah, you go in this position and I've got to like just drill it. And then I'll do a lot of, I'll try and like meditate at home and stuff as well, and like visualize it in my head. So it's like whatever I do in the gym, I'm in bed like trying to like meditate and doing it again. So it's like I have like a 2-hour session in the morning drilling. And then I have like a half-an-hour session in my own head kind of thing on an evening.
Kind of playing it back.
Yeah.
And there's something to that, isn't there? Studies
on it. Yeah. There were one about, it was basketball, I think the study were. And it were like people that would basically practice in their head.
Yeah.
Like essentially the shot to get it. And they found, and then they tried them on it afterwards. Like, so obviously one group didn't, like the control group didn't, and then one group did do this. And they found that the group that had been doing the mindfulness with the kind of imaginary practice was significantly better.
Yeah,
there's
definitely.
Something to that, definitely.
100% there is. I feel like there is anyway. It's not a case of like thinking what you're thinking of the shot. It's feeling it. So like in my head, like sometimes I'll be better at misses, and my hand will go like that, and I'm like, sorry, I'm just throwing a left hook.
Should we terrify some old pillows up just in case?
Luckily, I'm not pro punchy, but like I'll be asleep and I'll just go like that, or I'll twitch.
That's like your CNS, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like I know, and I whip myself up, and I thought, oh, that's when I feel that left hook. Then it's a bit mad.
Whoa, that's fucking mad.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, but like I'll try and. If you get into, it's not just a case of like closing your eyes and thinking it. It's like you've got to like try and meditate and get yourself into like a zone where you can feel the actual movements, and that's where for me the memory, like the muscle memory, comes from doing it in the morning and then doing it in the evening as well.
How did you get into that? Did you? Your coach tell you to do it?
Yeah, my coach is very holistic and like spiritual and philosophical and big on meditation. Yeah, we have some very like big conversations in it as well. We'll say who does it a lot as well is Novak Djokovic.
Oh yeah.
He's if you research a bit what he did, he's massive on it, mindfulness, and like he'll visualize the games before he's played them, and I'll visualize the fights. Like before, like, again when my first fight at Manchester Arena, I'd done that ring walk hundreds of times before. So it went. So when everyone was like, "Oh, well, you're not nervous walking out in front of thousands of people." You know, normally I fight in front of a few hundred at like Oldham or Metrodome or wherever it is.
Yeah.
And like you're coming out in front of thousands. You know, it's big arena. You got your cameras on you. It's like your big screens there. And I was like, I've done that 100 times before. Like it's not the first time I'm doing it. My hand's been raised after that fight 100 times before.
It's like that old age saying, and it failed to prepare.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so suppose you're preparing your own
I've been there,
head.
done that. It's like I did this last night. I did this day before last night.
That's a common theme, though, isn't it? But among like world champions in sport, you hear that quite a bit. Obviously, Djokovic. Yeah. I've heard a few other people say it, footballers and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, definitely, because it's like you only get nerve. It's like if you were to, I don't know, give me something scary or excited. So like a spike, so a tarantula, if you want to go to the tarantula the first time, you'd be like a bit nervous for it. You get, adrenaline be going, you'd be nervous. Then you do it again, and every time you do it, it'd be less and less nervous. You'd by end of like 100th time you held it, you'd be like, oh, it's just a tarantula, I'm not bothered. So I feel like that's the same with me, but in my head with like a fight, because I've done it that many times. When it comes to the real thing, I've already done it. Like, so I'm familiar to it. I'm used to it.
Do you do it with like? Is it when you've got an opponent coming up? You like lock on and go, right, I'm doing it with that, or do you do it like in general, just in general? Normally, I'll do it with certain like. So when I'm drilling and I'm doing certain movements in like what I'm going to focus on in the gym, I'll just do it with like it'll just be like a person in front of me. It's like a random. I'll not even give him a face. Yeah, it'll just be like a figure. It'll be like a figure. Just a feeling almost. Yeah, and just getting the movement. Yeah. And then sometimes, but I don't really focus on that. I just focus on myself, what I'm doing. But then, if I've got an opponent, I'll see them. Yeah, I'll be knocking them out 100%. Yeah. Even when I'm shadow boxing, I'm trying to get into a place now where I can almost get into like the zone while I'm shadow boxing, or if I'm on the bag and kind of visualize where they are and feel where they are. And like when I'm stepping around and I'm throwing shots and. That's when you'll see my focus change. When I'm shadow boxing, you'll see my tempo change, and like I can feel the shots going in. I'm moving and stuff. So yeah, it's some of that. But if I've got an opponent, then I'll do it for a certain opponent. Yeah. But if not, I'll just do it with like just a figure. It's like when you're fully in tune with your own body, innit? Yeah, definitely. You get into that flow. Definitely. It's almost a flow state. You can get into it when you're working on a laptop if you really want to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and when I'm in that state in the ring, it's like dangerous. Weird. It's like everything just like going slow. Like time just stops. And I can do what I feel like. Literally that's what it's like. It's like I can do what I want, and I'm not gonna get caught with a punch. And it's just like I'm just in charge. Like it's mad. It feels good. Mad, yeah. It don't last for long though. Sometimes it might be like a 10-second thing where it's just like I'm in the zone and I just slip and throw shots, and every like shot's just reeling off. They can't touch me. And then but we're trying to get into a place now where like I've been working on this for months and months with my coach. Like it started off with just simple like 10-minute meditations, then certain like different techniques to get into like a certain, not a trance-like state, but just like a certain state. Because sometimes I'll do it, but I'll fall asleep. I'll try and meditate, but because it's on a knee, I'll end up falling asleep. Like, I forgot to do this stuff last night. Yeah, but other times I'll be in like a trance-like state, and I'll be able to do it, and then I'll like fall asleep after. But yeah, so we're just kind of stepping up each time, not just going straight. Right, Callum, I want you to go meditate. Get into a trance and then start doing these drills, start doing the focus on this stuff. It's not been that, it's been like a slow, steady like progression. And I've a physio as well called Steve Kenny. It's a We Are Perform just at top of Batley. All right, and he's like into like
breath work and mindfulness and stuff. So I'm going to start doing some more work with him as well. As well as physio, I'm going to start doing a lot more mindfulness as well with him. So that's something I'm looking forward to.
Do you think a lot of fighters do this sort of stuff, or do you not think it's as...
Yeah, I think a lot of fighters use visualization.
Yeah.
But I don't know to what extent. I'm not sure to what extent.
Like the meditating stuff, probably not as common.
Yeah, I don't think many would actually meditate and trying to get into that kind of way. I think they probably just close their eyes and like visualize and so they probably don't get into like the certain trance they need, like the certain state they need to get to.
Is there anyone that like worries you? Because you just seem like just completely unfazed
in terms of
by
opponents. No, especially British level. I mean, honestly, like, I feel like looking at especially my weight in Britain now, the quality is pretty poor. There's probably like 2 fighters that could achieve world level. Well, I believe I'm gonna, but instead for me, there's probably one that's European level and one that's world level. But I believe I'm good. I don't think I'm world level yet, but I know I can get there. 100%, I believe I can get there. But yeah, the rest of them are just like smart. Even like Zach Chile, I feel like he's not even British level. But yeah, I'm not really so like in the UK wise, I'm not impressed by super middles at all. But in world, I don't really know many super middles in world. There's Canelo, which I'll fight him. I'll fight him in a big payday.
If you was to get in the ring now with Canelo, how do you think you'd fare?
I think I'd beat him.
Do you think you'd beat him?
I could beat him. Not definitely, but I could beat him. I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe
Would
so.
Canelo be classed as one of the greatest now to exist?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
When did he last fight? A couple of years ago.
Did he fight Bivol? He fought Dimitri Bivol and lost against him, didn't he?
Yeah,
lost against Bivol. He beat that John Ryder, who was ranked number 1.
Oh,
in the UK, yeah. But yeah, hopefully I can get the Canelo fight. You know, when he's on the slide going down, I'm coming up, a retirement fight.
Retirement fight. You'll get there before.
I'll retire him.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Is there anyone you want? Like, if you're given a golden ticket, you can box anyone. Who would you pick?
Probably Canelo. Yeah.
Would you pick Canelo?
Yeah, that's the biggest fight in.
That'd be the pinnacle of
middleweight division. Yeah, he's the unified world champion. I believe he's got all the belts that you can win at all the world titles there. WBA, WBO, IBF, WBC, probably IBO as well. Like, he's got all the belts you can possibly win at world level. So that'd be it's the biggest name as well. That's the golden goose. Yeah, so it'd be him. Like I said, I feel I've got a long way to go. I've got a lot more to work on until I'm at that level. But if someone said, "Oh, you can fight anyone now," it'd be him. But yeah, I think for me at the minute, it's just trying to keep building and stepping up in levels. So it's like, you know, I've started off with a journeyman, then I've obviously fought that. Celso Neves. It's like, you get like tougher journeymen, like the guys that, no one stops this guy, and then I'll go and stop him.
Yeah,
this guy, and you're not going to stop. I'm expected to beat him, but nothing's going to stop him. Like, if you stop this kid this weekend, I'll be impressed. And I'm like, I bet I was going to stop him. I forgot what fight it was. In fact, I think with a Pooch fight, someone said to me. So one of the officials there were just like, "Yeah, you'll not stop him. You'll not stop him tomorrow." I was like, "What?" You went, "Yeah, no one stops Pooch. You'll not stop him." And I went, "Because you've said that, he's getting stopped now. You've cemented his fate. Well done."
Do you reckon he knew? Really? Do you reckon he was like, he knew he'd like
make
you rise the challenge?
The guy. No, he was just a random. He was just like, I don't know if he was someone else's coach or an official. It was nothing to do with me. It was the comment that he made. It was just a comment that he kind of made. He weren't really even being like. I didn't even know the guy is now to say his name. I don't know who it was. We just like, you'll not stop him. Like, just a random. I don't know who it was.
Yeah, just a random passing comment.
Yeah, cause that's what he genuinely believed, and I don't think. And Poochie thought I wouldn't stop him either. And he says all the time, I'm like the top 3. I think he's had like 150 fights. He's like professional fights as well.
Yeah,
lost pretty much almost all of them, but he's like he's not been stopped many times. And he said that I'm in the top 3 that the people he's fought.
Yeah.
Who was the hardest fight you've had?
The hardest fight. Probably say that Macias, because it was a case of, it wasn't physically hard, but it was a case of keeping focused, because it was like we're coming with these big swinging left hooks and big swinging right hands, like a Mexican, like a typical Mexican style, and it one of them where you had to stay switched on, because at the end of the day it's like, I'm confident I'm going to win. I know I've got a good chin, I know I can take a shot, but it's boxing. It's like, you don't want to be taking shots for no reason. Like anything could happen. So one of them where I had to stay switched on all the time, because he was always coming forward, like all the time, coming forward, like I said, a typical Mexican style. So I had to stay switched on all the time. And what I'd been working on were a case of like, don't be going on the ropes for too long. As soon as I feel the ropes come straight off.
Yeah.
And like, again, the shots that we were we were wanting to throw and the certain positions I want me to get in and the shots I wanted to get off, I had to be very, very focused for that. So it was more like not mentally draining, but more like a mental challenge to stay focused for that long.
Just the attention, I guess.
Yeah. I think the most physical fight, probably the Boris Crichton fight, because he was trying to hold a lot, and obviously I would just that fight. I didn't box great that fight. I was just rushing in a lot. I was trying to, like I said, I was trying to knock him out, so I was just rushing, smothering my own work, getting too close. Then he was holding, so that was probably more physical. Woke up that morning feeling like I'd been run over. The next morning I woke up and thinking like, oh my god, what happened last night? Like, I got run over or what? I woke up in feeling very bad that week. Normally on my 10 fights before that, my 11 fights, I literally had boxed most, I think like 9 was by knockout, 5 in the first round. So it's like it was easier than my spars. Like, I have harder spars than that. So I'd like knock them out and I'd be in the gym. I'd be on a run the next day, back in gym on Monday, punching, whatever. But then when the more rounds you go, like your hands start to get sore. You've got to, and after Boris Crichton, I was like, shit. So this is what it's really like then. Okay, I was like, okay then. So we're done with these first round knockouts. Like we're done with these. This is what it's really like. Waking up the day after and you've been in a fight. So yeah, again, that's great experience for me as well.
It's part of learning and getting better.
Puts me in good stead for that. So now I know what to expect now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Masters, it wasn't too much of a physical fight. As I say, I were on the back foot a lot, just boxing, picking my shots more. So yeah, it weren't really too much fatigue with that one.
Yeah.
What do you do to enjoy yourself, Carl? Outside of boxing?
Sleep.
Yeah. Eat, you said earlier.
I sleep. I eat. Go on a little city break with Mrs. or something.
Nice.
Go to Barnsley games. I mentioned eating already. Have I mentioned that?
I don't think you have on podcast, to be fair.
I mentioned that. But yeah, so that's it really, mate. I don't really... Other hobbies do I do? I haven't really got any other hobbies, to be honest.
No.
Imagine boxing takes up so much of your life, though.
Yeah,
like,
mate.
And training and
Even when I've not got a fight, I'm in the gym still like 5 days a week. Just because a lot of people they'll fight, they'll have loads of time off, and then they'll do like an 8-week camp. Whereas like me, with the time off, I'm working on stuff. I'm in the gym. Right, watch the last fight back. What have I done good? What have I done bad? And work on my weaknesses. And instead of just training to get fit, like we're training for like been doing for months, like working on certain things, like what am I doing bad, and how can I become, like I said before, how can I level up for this next fight, or how can I become a better all round complete fighter?
Do you train like weights and stuff?
Yeah, so my week like blocks at my sessions will be Monday to Friday. I'll do boxing every morning. So anywhere, probably like we'll be in the gym for about 2.5 hours. We'll not be training for that full 2.5 hour all out, but that's normally how long I'll be in the gym for, including the warm up and training sessions. So that's 5 mornings a week. And then twice a week I'll do strength sessions, which are just like strictly just like compound lifts, Olympic lifts, with some like plyometric stuff as well. And like literally just compound lifts pretty much. So, your deadlifts, bench press, squats, pull-ups, like pistol squats, one-arm press-ups, just about.
You know what my next question is going to be?
Go on.
What are your numbers like for some of our
fan
base, I guess, that are like...
Mate,
how much do you bench? The typical bro question.
Yeah, bench squat. Bench squat dead? What are those 3?
Bench squat dead. So bench, I've done like 102 kg, I think.
Yeah.
For like 2 reps. But normally I'll do like, but I just like 5 rep max, so I'll do like 90 kg for 5 at minute. That's up to a minute.
Sweet.
And then deadlifts, I was up to like 180 for 5 reps, 180 kg for 5 reps. So I was getting like 3 solid sets out of that. But now I'm gone down. But now because I'm dieting and stuff, and like I've got like the strength, I put it all into my boxing session in the morning, and I go and try and refuel, rest up, and I get back, and it's like I'm knackered on an evening. So now I'm doing like 170 for 5 at minute. Just doing like more of them are just kind of like maintenance sessions now.
Yeah.
And my squat's poor. Probably like the most I've done is like 120 for 5, I think. But the minute I'm doing like 110 for 5. But like I said, anyone wants to see any of my photos and look at my legs, like they are skinny. But I never train. Like, everyone's like, "Oh, skip leg day." I'm like, "Yeah, damn right. I don't train legs. Yeah, what do I do legs for?" But yeah, like if I start doing like hypertrophy lifting, like you say, I'm big for the weight anyway. I'll be up at cruiserweight, and the weight above this is only £7 difference, and the weight above that's like another like over a stone and a half.
Yeah, so you don't really want to be training for.
No. So I do the strictly strength and like plyometric stuff as well, and like a few Olympic lifts like powerlifting stuff, and then so I do 5 boxing sessions. 2 or 3 of them will be a spar, like including sparring as well. And then I'll do 2 strength sessions, and I'll probably do like 4 runs as well.
Yeah, I've seen you smashing half marathons and stuff.
Yeah, I've done a couple. nice and steady. I've only done 3 half marathons. One I just did it, just like. I think me and my dad and my brother were training for a half marathon.
Right.
And I was just gonna go out and do like an 8 mile run. And my dad texted me saying, "No, I've done my run this one." I said, "Oh, nice one. You do your 6 mile." I went, "Oh, I did 8 today." And I was like, "Fuck, he's doing 8." I thought, "What's he doing 8? He's doing 8 miles. I gotta step it up." Or I might have done 10 to be fair. And I was like, "Shit, I'm gonna have to go and do 8, go do a half marathon then. If I can't have him out, I'm running it." So I went on this run. I just did a half marathon, come back. Sound did it quite easy to be fair. And then we actually entered a half marathon, me and brother and my dad. My dad had to pull out the day before because he's got arthritis.
Right.
And but it was in like, oh no, like he's not dead. He's all right.
No, but it's like it's debilitating.
It's shit. But yeah, so the doctor messed up with medication. Like they took him off this thing he'd been having like 15 years. They're absolutely sound, smashing half marathons out. Like they used to pick me up in the morning at 5:30. We used to go to the gym. I used to do a 5 mile and he used to do a 4 mile next time. I would do a sprint session. So yeah, we're like very fit.
Fit as well.
Yeah, like ready for this half marathon. They messed up his medication like the week of it. He rang me in the morning before, like, Callum, I'm like, "Oh, what's up? Is everything all right?" "I can't do this tomorrow, mate." And I'm like, "Why? What do you mean you can't do it?" He said, "My ankles are swollen up, this is swollen up." He had to pull out of it. So me and brother just did it. I think I did it in when I was 24, I think it was.
Fucking hell.
I think that was round day part that.
That's rapid.
I don't know if that's good or not. I'm assuming it is.
It's all right to be fair. I think there were a couple hundred that went to do it. I think I came 5th or 4th out of them all. But when because I knew that the one before I did it in like 140.
Yeah.
That was like a steady, just like, you know what, let me just do this. I'll do it for fun. And then when they were at the front of the mic, so the fastest guys start at the front. And like bearing in mind, like that day there was some like country club runners like Harriers and stuff that are proper runners like stick thin, more Farah type, just running like rapid. Yeah. And then they were like, if you're gonna do it in 1 hour 15, please step forward. No one stepped forward. I'm like, I could do that. They're like, if you could do it in 1 hour 20, please step forward. And like 5 guys stepped forward. You could see they had proper running club vests on, shorts, like no earphones, proper serious, just a running watch. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna line up with these guys, line up with these boys. And I'm there with like I had my beats on before in my hand.
Oh, did you?
And they were like, "Oh, do you run?" And I was like, I said, "Oh, I'm a boxer. I'm a professional boxer. So yeah, I do a bit of running on the side of it." And they were like, "Oh yeah. So what do you do for half marathons?" Like, I ain't got a clue. And I was like, "I don't know." I said, "What time did you get today?" I was like, "I don't know." And he said to me, like, "Oh, but he said it because I think he walked the track first, or he did a steady jog of the track because it was like a few laps round."
Right.
He said it's a tough track. There's a lot of hills, so just like take your time. Don't try and keep it with us. I'm like, "Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry." Anyway, so there's a couple hundred behind us after. Anyway, so we set off, and these guys were fast, and I mean fast, and I'm like very competitive when it comes to running. Or like I'm competitive, so. Well, obviously, I wanted to do well. I thought I wanted to. Well, not so that I'm competitive, but I like to challenge myself.
Yeah.
So then, them guys shot off, and I thought, yeah, I'm keeping it with these all the way through. Like these, like they're like 40 odd, 50 odd. I'll keep it with them easy. After about 100 meters in, I was like, this one guy just shot around. He was like Sonic the Hedgehog, just flying around it.
Jesus.
And then I think I was in between 4th and 5th place, like all the way around. And but I said, yeah, I come 4th. Yeah, that we're round day park. It were tough.
Oh, is that the round? That's you're literally running round and round, aren't you?
Yeah, well,
is it a 5K loop or something?
I don't know. I think it was more than that. I think we probably did about. Oh yeah, it would have been. Yeah, we did about.
Did you do about 4 and a bit?
Yeah, we did about four laps. Yeah, but like you went off road into like a trail run as well.
Right.
There was like a proper steep hill there. Went around this dam, and you were a killer, like proper killer.
My mate messaged me that today. I'm like, "Do you fancy this?" Yeah. Like jokingly.
Yeah. Well, no, you should do it one day, mate. But yeah, I won't do that one again. Like it was a good day out. Like, after you finish, you feel like very like endorphins. You feel mint.
Yeah.
It was tough. I had a heart rate monitor on, and it was just like it was like the orange zone, like all the way through. Like normally when I spar, that's what it goes up to when I spar for like 20 minutes or whatever, or 30 minutes. But that were there for like nearly an hour and a half.
Is that like zone 3? That zone 4?
The one down from the top one.
Oh, so you can barely hold a conversation. Yeah, like you're gasping.
Pretty much. And I was there, but like all the way through. My legs, like the next day, my legs were just gone.
Yeah, because you're not meant to train in that at all.
In fact, I had a fight as well. Actually, I trained the day before. I trained all week, like boxing, and a few runs and stuff. And then I was training that next week. So I think it was like 4 weeks before my fight before one of might be my title fight in October. It might have been that. But anyway, 4 weeks before my fight, I'd done my run. Okay. And then like that full week after, I was like,
what have I done?
I can train, but I was struggling. Like, I could hardly walk. Obviously, my boxing sessions, I'll do circuits and stuff as well. So after we'll do a lot of conditioning, whereas a lot of boxing gyms will just do like the boxing there. Yeah. They'll do the strength and conditioning out of house, whereas we do as boxing, and we'll do like a fitness circuit, a strength circuit, or like ladder drills and stuff like after. So we'll mix as conditioning after as boxing, and then I'll do my strength work on the evening separately as well. Yeah. But so I do my 5Ks, a few 5. Normally I do like 5 miles or like intervals on treadmill, so I'll do a bit of track work as well. Try and mix it up. But like, so because my morning sessions are so intense, like on the evening, it's like I've got to.
Your weights take a bit of a downturn.
Yeah, that's where that dedication comes in, because it's like I'm just on that sofa, like just relaxing. Like not even that I don't want to get up and do it. I just feel like just fully drained. Like just like, you know what, you could just get it done. It's like get out on road, just get it in, and after a K you might feel better. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just honestly, like I've done some runs where I've gone out on road and I can do like a 5K in like 17 minutes or something. Like if I were to go out and like now I'd be able to I reckon I'd get 7 minutes. Yeah, definitely doing a 5K. Yeah. But then like some days I'll go out and I'll do it in like 24 minutes, 25 minutes. Yeah. And it's like, obviously that's a decent time, but for me it's just like sometimes it's just a case of getting it in. Just like you're gonna get this. Like you're not gonna be. It's not gonna be a best run. Don't try and fool yourself. It's just get it in. Just get it done. Just get it done. Yeah.
It's a mental battle more than out, isn't it?
Yeah, literally, man. And every single step, I just think like just one more step.
Yeah, that's all you've got to think, innit?
For about 20 minutes, that's one more step. And I just think it's simple. 1 foot in front of.
But when you do that though, like even on longer runs, like an half marathon, when you've done that for a couple hours and you've been battling it for an hour and a half, like that mental resilience, if you can do that often enough, it's going to pay dividends in your fighting.
Literally every day I've got to like fight myself. Fight myself every day. It's like, because honestly, it's just like, you'll know yourself when you're dieting, or if you're cutting, like no matter what sport you do, if a cut's a cut. It's like my boxing sessions, like so where my heart rate monitor, my boxing sessions, I'm burning between 1,200 and 1,500 calories in a session. So that's a lot of. So imagine how hard I'm training to burn that much. It's like
that is a lot, mate.
Yeah, so it's
I did a half of a day and I only burnt 1,400. So that says it all.
Yeah, so literally, so it's like doing a half marathon every morning. But obviously, it's like but it's like a. But even all that time, I'm not even training all that time. I'm doing it. I'm training, but I'm not. It's not all intense. So the intense stuff's getting my heart rate out there. And like say, I'm doing my full body condition as well, like your strength circuits, a lot of calisthenics and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, a lot of impacts on your body, and it takes its toll. Then by the time you've got home, had a shower, got changed, had a bit of food, you've warmed up a little bit, it's like
ready to go again.
Oh shit, I've got to go again now. Like, can I really bother? And it's like, I'll do it another hour. And sometimes I end up at Dickies. I close at 9 o'clock, but it'll take me that long to get up off the sofa and get back to the gym to my strength session. I'll get there for like 8:30, but it'll leave me at fob, so I'll get there at 8:30. So it's like I'll finish my session at maybe 1 or 2 in about 1:30 in the afternoon, go home, sort myself out, and I'll be at home for like 7 hours trying to tell myself to get to the gym, to get myself to get to the gym, and then I'll get it in, and then it's done.
You're on low calories as well, obviously, with you prepping for a fight, so it's even harder because your body's not fully replenished, is
That's
it?
Recovered, just training wise, like if I wasn't dieting, I'd be sound. It's just physical fatigue. Like my body's just like on its arse all the time.
What are you doing to me?
Yeah, literally, because like you push yourself that hard, and when I'm sparring as well, literally like I'm sparring like 6-8 rounds with another guy that's trying to punch you up. Like I spar like Dan Aziz is fighting Joshua Boatse.
I saw you sparring him.
Yeah, next weekend at O2, I think it is. Now I did 6 rounds with him last week. I think we'll do another 8 rounds this weekend.
Yeah.
I sparred yesterday, 6 rounds with lad in Sheffield. Sparring tomorrow morning, 6 rounds with former IBO world champion in Sheffield, and then 8 rounds again on Friday with Leron Richards.
Yeah,
God. So it's like, and that's like another man that that's sorry, we were Danny's Easter on Friday.
Yeah.
And that's like another man there trying to like punch you up. You know, it's physical and the ring down.
Mental as well.
Like, you've got it. Yeah, so it's hard. Like in terms of mentally, it's all right. It's all right.
You just enjoy it.
Yeah, my sparring's the favorite part of training for me.
Right,
the favorite part. Always has been. Whether when we're younger, going to other gyms and stuff, it's my favorite part because you get to punch people. Like when else in life can you punch someone and like not get done?
It's socially accepted.
Exactly. And especially like before, it used to be more just trying to like beat the kid up, but now it's more of a case of right, we've been working on this in training, this one, and like make it like even like the coach now will bring like a notepad with like things which we're working on and like ticking them off. And like last week, he graded them 1 to 10 each round, so I had to make sure I was doing certain things in each round. Yeah. And they were like marking it out of 10. If I got 10s all around,
so you're literally getting
so you've got to, and then same things that we're doing, I've been visualizing in my head and stuff. So it's like you've got to try and
just a constant battle in it to get better. But that's
it. Exactly. Isn't it? Because I could go in the ring and just spar normal and just try and beat someone up and like that aggressive style you've seen, just throw loads of shots, be like just swarming. But that'll only get me so far. That might get me to British level. But then when you step up, it's not gonna work against everybody. I could work with plan B and plan C. You know, I've got to be able to adapt and be a complete fighter and have different styles, which I feel like I'm a lot better at now. A lot better. I can box on the front foot, the back foot, mid range. You know, counter punch, everything like I said, just slowly coming together, and that's why I'm aspiring as well. That's it. Literally, that's it. So no matter whether I fight a short guy, tall, someone that comes forward, someone that goes back, I'll be able to handle them all. Hopefully, anyway.
What's your opinion on, like, I guess you would call it like the celebrity boxing? Yeah. Thing
to be fair, Matt, hang fire, because we've got some questions for Callum. I feel like one of them.
Oh, is it?
Is that question? Yeah. In fact, it is because Charlie asked it.
Fair enough.
We may as well.
I thought there were loads of fans messaging in, but it's just Charlie.
No. Yeah, I said, Charlie, come on, make him feel better. To be fair, this is the most questions we've had, if that makes you feel better.
Yeah, it does actually.
Which is why I interrupted there, because otherwise we're going to be going till fucking midnight, and you've still got to do your strength training.
I've already done it. I got it in early. I'm good.
Right, so we've got James Power. I don't know if you know James Power, but he fights in Cage Warriors. He's a beast.
Yeah.
How often does he spar? Does it change in and out of fight camp?
Yeah, so in camp I'll spar twice a week. This week I'm sparring 3 times, but normally it's just twice. It's just twice a week normally. And then out of camp, I'll do more technical sparring. Or if someone I don't really spar out of camp unless I'm just like drilling, like I said earlier. If I'm drilling stuff, I'm working on certain things. Or if like there's a fighter that I'm good friends with, they've got a fight coming up, I'll help them out. But for my own benefit, sparring, I just do it twice a week, like 3 times. I do it 3 times this week, but I don't really want to be. Like,
is that more for like you've got the opportunity to spar with?
Dan is, I wasn't supposed to spar twice this week, but Dan's wanting like, I like him and he's wanting good work, so I know I give him good work. So I've changed the spar from Friday to tomorrow instead. To go down, but it takes a lot out of you, like your shoulders, like you get little niggles and injuries, like you catch your biceps on their elbows and stuff. So it's like
you've got to be careful.
Yeah, so you might pull something that might only last for like 1 or 2 days, but by the time it recovers, you're sparring again. So that's when I only spar twice a week normally. Yeah.
I think James said he does the same.
Yeah,
I did ask him. I think he spars a couple of times a week.
Yeah, twice a week normally.
So we've got Spencer Norton. What got you into boxing at such a young age? Was your dad into boxing?
Yeah, like I said, my dad used to box when he was younger, and he mentioned it to me, and I always used to ask him, you know, because he took me to urology, he took me boxing. And after a few months of pestering him, he took me. Yeah, so there were no like everyone says, oh, this one is a boxer inspired, and it was like, no, really. I was just like, I knew my dad did a little bit, like, and when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. I'm not trying to say my dad's that big of a boxer or anything. Like he literally did it for a couple of years just when we were younger. But yeah, so it weren't like the one fighter that motivated me. Like I've seen Muhammad Ali on TV, and like, I want to be like him. It was just a case of just. You did it and kind of got into it. And started doing it. No, I weren't good at it. I was shit, mate. Honestly,
you were persistent then.
Yeah, literally, I was persistently shit. But then obviously, just like I finally got a bit better and a bit better. I remember I actually lost my first fight when I was like 10 years old, and
so you can lose.
Oh yeah. I've lost a few. I lost my first fight when I was 10, and I was crying my eyes out, like proper crying my eyes out, and I got a trophy, like threw it on floor or proper upset. And I was, this were nearly 18 years ago now, yeah. But I were in a car park, I was in a car wash the other day in Batley. So just got my car wash, about to pull out. Someone knocks on my window. I'm like, what's this guy want? So I opened the door, like, you're right, mate. He went, do you remember me? I was like, no. He said, you boxed my son in your first amateur fight. And I was like, I forgot his first name, but I was like, what was it? Hussein, I fought a boxer. He went, yeah, I'm his dad. I went, no way, that's how you doing? You're right. I got out talking to him. And he went, yeah, 18 years ago that fight was. 18 years ago. He said, I just want to say how proud of you I am. You know, I've been keeping up to date with you. It's amazing to see how much you've come on. Like, honestly, everyone's so proud of you. Like, he still tells his mates and stuff. Yeah, so it were nice to see that. It were nice, yeah. And actually, I've got the clip of my Sky Sports. They want to do like a promo video. Yeah. And my dad's like an old camcorder that he used to video my fights on. And I got the footage from that, and they put it all digital, so it's on my phone. And I got his number off him. I said, you know what? I literally got our fight sent to me last week. I said, I'll send it to you. So I was just sending this. I sent the fight of a week. Yeah. So but it's class. Nice, like 18 years on, just kind of having a chat with him and speaking to his dad. Like, he obviously recognised me. We're just like, so yeah.
Yeah, that's sick, innit?
When you're world champion, he'll go around and be like, yeah, I bet the world champion.
Yeah, my kid. Made him cry when he was 10 years old.
Leave the last bit out. That made him cry. Made him cry.
I've got video to prove it. Zed asks, when's the title run coming, lad?
When's the title run? So, defend my WBA, start of March, and then ideally for me, end of May, June, become British Commonwealth champion. And I told Ben Shalom, the Sky, that I want to defend it in like record time. So to win you can win the British title, but to win it outright, like, it's yours to keep. You've got to defend it 3 times after. So one's got to be mandatory, which the British Box Board of Control choose. You've got to fight him, and the other 2, you can be voluntary defences. So once I win it, I want to defend it 3 times, like rapid. Yeah, as long as I've got no injuries, I'll fight every weekend, me or whatever. Like,
So what happens when you've defended it 3 times then?
You would keep the belt. Like,
undisputed.
It's just not undisputed. It's just classed as you've won it outright. You keep the belt,
right?
And that's it. Whereas if you lose or you vacate it, you've got to like kind of give the belt back to the British Box Board of Control. If you win it, you get to keep it, and they'll make it like a new one.
Right.
I think that's like I think that's how it works. Anyway, it sounds about right. But yeah, but it's said to win it outright. So I think it's just classed as like, just like solid in it. It's not just winning it; you win it outright. You solidify.
You
like,
defended it.
Yeah, I defended it 3 times now. Like, this is my title. Like, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I want to be very active this year. Yeah.
Mega, mate. Mega. Joe Gann. This one confused me a little bit. Who'd win in a fight, Billy Saunders or Fletcher Tyndall? Didn't know Fletcher Tyndall. Is that one of your mates?
Two of my mates, yeah, Billy Saunders or Fletcher.
Obviously, Billy Saunders. I was like, yeah, I know who that is.
You think not about Billy Joe Saunders? It's not about Billy Saunders. It's not about my mate Billy Saunders.
Oh, he's not about Billy Joe Saunders.
Not Billy Joe. No, mate.
Oh, so that's just a fucking daft question. Yeah. Cheers for that one, Joe.
I reckon who would win though? The cousins, it'd be a close one.
Oh, would it?
They wouldn't fight.
They're not gonna like that.
They wouldn't fight. No.
So next question, Toby Tyke. When's he fighting Dan, spelled D-A-R-N, Oakwell?
The correct way to spell
When's he fighting Dan Oakwell, and who against?
So I get asked this question multiple times a day. Like, everyone's popping up in my DMs and messages like, oh, when's fight Oakwell? When's fight Oakwell? To be fair, like, I keep putting teasers up and stuff, like little clips and stuff. But so yeah, when am I fighting there? We're wanting to do a fight this summer. Yeah. But it's one of them where it's got to be a big fight. So with like, like Boxer and Sky, they've spoke to Barnsley Football Club. The club spoke to, like, they're all in agreement that it can happen. We want to do it. The directors are on board. I believe that Boxer's like been speaking to council and stuff, see what we need to get in place. But because it's such a small window of opportunity, Joe, just after the playoffs, you've got to get the pitch. I don't think it'll be this year. I think next year, ideally, because it's got to be a big fight as well. You can't just like fight for a small title on and try and expect to sell out a stadium. Like, I need to keep, I'm probably another 6 fights away from that. I need to keep building my profile, getting bigger in Barnsley. I see people all the time at games like, oh, we'll sell it out now. You'll sell it out now, but it's like, yeah, but will I like? Yeah. Well, I don't want to. We were told we could do it starting from 3,000, 5,000, 8,000, whatever we want to do. They could make it work. Just do half of the stadium or a quarter stadium. But we said, no, if we're gonna do it, we're doing it properly. Like, we don't want to do it half-hearted. We want to do it like a massive event, like biggest event like the town scene, like just make it absolutely unreal, and get it sold out. So I think, as as long as I do keep doing what I'm doing, everything falls into place. It can happen next summer. There's no.
So you reckon
no reason.
5 or 6 fights on?
Yeah,
maybe
yeah. But it's like a lot of moving parts. Well, it obviously depends if I can get a title fight as well, or what title it'll be for. There's so many like things that can change. Like there's a lot of variables in it. Yeah, but yeah, it can happen. It can happen next year. It's summertime. It could have happened this year in summer. You know, I think if Cullen beat Chelsea, that would have been a massive fight. That could have been a potential fight. Yeah, but because Chelsea's not as known, not got as big as a fan base, it's a little bit. That's how I want Cullen to win, because it's just a bigger fight for him business wise. But obviously Chelsea's won, so I'm gonna fight him. But obviously Cullen, that could have been a fight that could have happened there.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not happened. So you know things have changed. So you know I'll still be fighting Chelsea in summer. We might be doing it in Barnsley. They're trying to get it in Barnsley, but not at Oakwell, another venue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they mentioned wanting to do it at Barnsley again. Whether that'll happen, who knows?
See what happens.
There's so many. Man, everything changes every other day. So things are getting changed.
You just fucking go with it.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. I've just got to keep training. Literally, got to keep training and keep focused. But so summer 2025.
Let's go. That'll be quality. Oh, sorry about this, Callum. You said you get asked it a million times a day, but you're getting asked it again. So Dalton Day, when would you want the fight at Oakwell, and do you think it will happen? Obviously, you've just answered that. Yeah,
it will happen 100%. As long as I keep winning, it'll happen, definitely.
Oh, I'm sorry again, actually. Jamie Street, British title shot at Oakwell.
It'll not be at Oakwell.
Not at Oakwell for that one, no.
Because it'll not be. Yeah, I don't think Chelsea's a big enough name for it.
Lawrence Parton Bar, which 3 fights would you want next?
Next, well, ideally, let's have a look. Who we got? I'd want the British title fight next, and then defend. Like I say, I want to win it outright, so I'd want to fight whoever's in line to defend it. Yeah, so whoever I need to fight, anyone in top 10, pretty literally, to defend it against them.
Anyone can get it.
literally, mate, literally.
Charlie, Beck, what do you think to influence of boxing, and do you look at someone like Jake Paul or KSI and think they are actually good at the sport?
I don't mind it, to be fair, mate. I don't really watch it. I'm not too fussed about it. And like the people that are slagging off, the same people watching it, like all the boxing media and like the news outlets, they're all going there ringside and giving them the exposure and the interviews and stuff. Yeah. So if they're that bothered, then they're slagging them off. So if they're that bothered, then don't go there. Don't give them the exposure. But for me, at the end of the day, they're making easy money out of it.
Money out of it,
I don't. KSI didn't look good when I seen him. Was it Logan or Jake? One of them two looked alright to me. To be fair, like they actually look half decent boxers. Like they beat a lot of like cruiserweights, not a lot of, but they beat a few cruiserweights. You know that they're actually like been doing it all their life. So yeah, they're alright. Yeah, they're not bad, but they're not obviously amazing either. But they're alright.
All right. Lucy Thorpe, when is Callum fighting?
Early March. Yeah.
And then this is me. I feel like we should end on this one. Hypothetical scenario: you were given 3 months' notice to fight Canelo. Who wins?
Simpson.
That's
that an easy one.
Easy.
That an easy one.
Perfect, mate. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Always. Thank you.
Yeah.
Legend. Yeah. Hopefully everyone enjoyed that and
Class.
A bit of an insight into Callum's life and training.
Nice one, lads.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Wicked, mate. Legend. Nice one, mate. Wicked.